Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Tatiana, and today I want to show you a simple spread that is tarot spread that is very good for eclipse season. We officially are now in the eclipse corridor or eclipse season, right? Today is August 14th, and 2 days ago we had solar eclipse. Solar eclipse is when a new moon is very close to the lunar node, and the geometry is such that this, even though very small new moon, but covers enough of the sun, they line up so that we do not see the light of sun. It blocks it from us on Earth. This period is considered an important period of new beginnings, right? I want to show you a very simple tarot spread. I always hoped that I will be talking to people who own tarot deck, and I will show you some simple tarot spreads that you can use at home for new moon, full moon, during eclipses, or for any other, for travel, for love, for work, but something very simple, right? So anyone can do it. You don't have to study tarot for years. And today, if you have it at home, if you have tarot cards at home, that is awesome. If you don't, then take your time and let's think of a situation where you will need to ask God for advice. So I prepared, because it is an eclipse and this spread is designed for asking questions during eclipse period, I prepared the sun and the moon. They both of them have to participate in either solar eclipse or lunar eclipse. The sun is, of course, one of the most comfortable, great, happy cards in the whole tarot deck. Sun is associated with our vitality, with confidence, with knowing I know who I am. And it is a plot of your life, like when you are watching a series show, there is a plot. So sun is showing the plot of your life. The moon is considered another luminary, even though we understand it only reflects the light from the sun. But especially if you were born before the sunrise, the moon is considered your most important luminary. In Vedic astrology, they consider the moon just the most important thing because it changes constantly. It is considered to accompany our soul throughout this incarnation. And during the eclipses, one of them is blocked for us looking from Earth. Solar eclipse that we just experienced, we did not see the sun. August 28th, we will have lunar eclipse, where the sun that the moon reflects will be blocked for us. The moon is also the night card. It is a card of our fears, our doubts. You know, when we wake up in the middle of the night and think of something, it always looks way more serious, almost scarier than it is. Because then we wake up and we start thinking clearly. I can do this, I can call, I can take care of it. And in the light of sun, nothing is already so unrepairable and so scary. So this spread addresses that blockage of light. So think of something, some question, some roadblock that you're experiencing. You want to make a decision, but something is stopping you. You want to start some creative project. Maybe you're blogging, maybe you're writing something, maybe it is a new study course that you would like to take on, but something is stopping you, something makes you feel you are not ready, or it gives you fear, right? There is some block. So what we will do in this very simple spread, we will pull just 2 additional cards. That's what makes this spread very easy for a person who just uses tarot cards for their own enjoyment and guidance. You will put these cards on your deck because geometry is very important in tarot spreads. It shows how the energy flows. So to represent a block, we will need to put one card in between sun and the moon. We will ask tarot, please show us, give us guidance. What is the nature of the block I am experiencing right now? This is a very deep, smart card, if I can say so, because every tarot card is very deep and smart. This card speaks about passage of our soul, or just in a very practical way, our journey to the calmer waters. Some situation that was too much, was difficult, now we are moving away to the calmer, a little bit happier, more stable, safer situation. We are still carrying the 6 swords, which can be our thoughts, our doubts, literal like holes in our heart, that we acquired during that situation that was very unsettling, and we are moving away from it. We are still carrying this emotional baggage, right? But we are moving to a better place. So as a blockage could be that you are afraid to disturb, to somehow literally rock the boat, because now you are finally in a calm, peaceful state of mind, and you are scared to rock the boat and to interrupt that journey. In a more day-to-day practical way, I would say that maybe the actual journey, not necessarily a cruise, maybe it is not over the waters, but just a journey, just some type of travel. Literally, that this travel somewhere, going somewhere, is blocking your decision. Or you cannot do it now because you are leaving or you are going on a trip. I remember, maybe it is a stupid example, but it just so happened that my daughter was fostering kittens, and I fell in love with one of them, and I really wanted to adopt her, this baby. She is with me now for a few years, and we love her to death. Even my husband's crazy about her. But we already had the trip booked. We actually even went to trip over the water. It was a cruise on Danube River. You know, Europe, some Western, some Eastern Europe. One of the most wonderful. If you ever go, the river cruise, Danube River cruise, it was absolutely amazing. But the time was that the decision had to be made, because my daughter was at the end of the period of fostering the kittens. They went back to the shelter to have surgeries like neutering, to be fixed, to be neutered. And right after that, they were up for adoption. And kittens usually have less problems to be adopted. The adoption usually happens quite fast, especially when those are very cute kittens. So, and the shelter won't keep it for you. I lost like 4 pounds of weight because I was crying and going crazy. I wanted to have that kitten, but the fact that I'm going away for 2 weeks, who is gonna take care of her? Now my daughter had trouble keeping her because her older cat was going crazy. So the kittens were like locked in a separate room during the foster period. So she said, I don't know how I can keep her alone. She would be bored to death and she won't be able to get out because my cat would harm her. And I was so hysterical. So it was literally the situation where the trip that is already booked was totally in the way of a decision that just had to be made at that time. I ended up adopting the kitten and an older cat, the 2 of them, driving both of my kids crazy, making them come all the time and take care of the new members of our family. But it was a very, very disturbing period. Now, pivoting from my story back to you guys. Sorry for being such a selfish person, but all of a sudden I remember how the actual cruise was in the way. The last card in this spread, we want to ask, so what is the solution? Give us a guidance on what the solution might be for this particular block. And this will be your last card, so it's very short and convenient spread. This is very heartwarming card. First of all, so now we forgot about my cats. And something blocking you mentally because you are on your way to a calm, peaceful situation. You don't want to interrupt it. Or you have a trip scheduled ahead of you. The solution for this trip has to do with your past, with something. This is 6 of Cups. This is blast from the past. Something very familiar, something where you've been before, or that reminds you on most heartwarming times from your childhood. It can be a place where your parents or grandparents live, or someone from your past that can help you with this situation. Here see, there is even flowers. There is a friend, maybe childhood friend, that can offer you these beautiful flowers, this help and support. Only you can know, of course, who it can be in your situation. Going back to my cats, oh my God, I just told you I made my kids to take care of the newly adopted cats. They had to come. Literally, both of my kids, my son, and they are adults, they have their own kids, right? Both of my, and a boy and a girl, they had to come and save me in this situation. So it can be your children that will give you help. It can be someone from your home, your family, your community, someone with whom you're so familiar that you can ask for help. Oh, it gives me chills now. I never thought I would take that emotional turn. If you have questions about your situation or what this block and this solution might be, put it in the comments. Ask me a question. I would be happy to answer to each of you. Thank you so much for listening, and use this important eclipse season time to make important decision and to ask for help, to seek help. Soon we will be approaching this lunar eclipse, and I will show you a separate, very interesting spread for lunar eclipse, for the full moon and lunar eclipse. Thank you. I hope to see you soon on my channel. You can visit my website and book your individual reading if you'd like. I'm still working on the website, but it is already available for contacting me. Good luck, all the best for this important life-changing season.